Hello, 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 party people. Hello, Connor. All right, guys, it's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock on the dot. I am just waiting for Mr. Jr Bourne to call in because the whole point of this is that he and I are going to talk to you guys, to share our thoughts about what's going on, check in on our progress. I know I did one of these not too long ago, but we really want to hammer some things home. Let's see, who is... Do you go live with JR? How about JR? Is he there? Coco the chef.
You go live with...
Yes, sir. Okay, I'm going to change my camera. Am I in the frame? Hi, buddy.
Hi, buddy. How you doing?
I'm terrific today. Thank you for taking the time to be here. I know that Stephen Curry from Golden State Warriors and Dr. Fauci did a very similar type of conference, and I hope that we will be able to provide as equally entertaining and educational information as they did.
Who did that? Tell me again.
Stephen Curry, he's like the main player for the Golden State Warriors, and then Dr. Fauci, who, as we know, is the task force medical czar. We love him. He's great. How are you getting along in your isolation?
Well, as you know me better than most people, Ian, this isn't really that far off from my regular routine for the last decade or more. Yeah, it's not an issue of alone or lonely for me. I've never really felt lonely when I am alone. I enjoy, my time. So that isn't the struggle. The struggle is just the moments of when, my mind rambles on into the future. What will this be? 3 months, 6 months, 8 months? And when my mind rambles on to, everyone else.
Yeah, it is. It's becoming more dire. I was just on the phone with another friend and really trying to let it sink in the severity of people that don't have food in the pantry, or that have kids that don't have anything to eat, and they have a zero chance of any money coming in the next several weeks or even months. And you and I are kind of seasonal workers. We work on shows when we do, and we save our money, and we're sort of used to these long periods of drought, if you will. But most people are not, and it's really weighing very heavily on me that half of the world is basically in a collective moan of like, what are we going to do? And I don't know how to help anybody, except what little that you and I can do, that we've been talking about spreading the messages of containment, wearing masks when you're out, and following the MFN guidelines. And this is, I want to get this out of the way early. Guys, the curve is not flattening. And it is because we are continuing to transmit the disease. So you are either allowing it into your home or you're going outside and getting it. That's it. So smarten up. You are potentially killing someone with your behavioral choices. So we got to get on board. This is insane now. It's been a few weeks. If we had all done it properly for 3 weeks, it'd be over, but it's not. It's going up. So get it together, please.
And this,
now we can go helpful.
Now we can what?
Be helpful. Sorry, I wanted to vent a little bit because the numbers are they're staggering to me, and
this
and we're choosing this.
Well, this is where you found we found ourselves venting to one another, and then we said, let's do this and get out there. And it's and listen, I'm not a fucking authority at all in this, but I do have, like I know you do, and I think everybody else there, we have the people that we believe are speaking a deeper level of truth about all this, and that are sharing more than what might be easily shared out there. People that we sort of trust because they have more history in this world, they have more awareness of what might be being released by media outlets, and those people are saying, masks, fucking masks, man. Nobody is coming out and saying that by wearing a mask you're gonna get it. No one's coming out and saying by wearing a mask you're not gonna get it or you're not gonna spread it. But there are percentages, and I think that's what we have to sort of shift to. At least that's what I'm doing in my mind, is that there is no 100%. Cleaning, washing the hands, not touching our faces, yes. But if the mask cuts down 40, 50, 60%, even 30% of a possibility of it being spread.
Absolutely. I think people are misunderstanding the idea, the concept of putting on a mask as a means to protect yourself. And really, that's not the case. The case is if you could be a carrier, which you don't know.
Asymptomatic.
Yes,
we
absolutely.
Could be asymptomatic right now. We are healthy. God, thank you. We could be fucking asymptomatic.
That means you are a weapon. And every time you go outside, you could kill someone. So the point is covering your, putting the safety on it, muzzling the weapon, and that's what masks are for.
So let the conversation that we had before. Why? What do you? I know when I wear my mask, and my mask out, and I'm starting to do it more and more. And I've got cloth ones, the N95 one that I have, that I posted, and again, I think that's. We'll get to that. It's you do want to touch. There is a desire to adjust the mask and to touch, and I know that those are dangerous things to do, but for me, I'm just going to get better at not touching the fucking mask. I'm going to get better at not doing it. But the idea of going out when I do have to go to a grocery store, or when I do feel like I need to get outside and go for a fucking walk, I don't go to parks where there are a number of people walking around. I find an empty street. I'll drive to that place if I have to. But I am conscious that when I'm out, don't touch the fucking face. I will get better at this. That's what we have to be doing right now.
And oddly, that's the initial guidelines.
But
we wouldn't even need that. Why are we afraid to?
Why are we afraid to step into that place of like, okay, let me just get better at not touching the mask? Why is it instead, I'm not going to fucking wear a mask. That's just stupid.
I think a lot of it has to do with our culture as Americans. We don't like being told what to do. And our initial instinct is no, bad, stop. I'm not can't make me. So we are just revolters, when we left England, we're like, we've had it with you guys. We're going to go do our own thing. And it's just, you tell people you got to wear a mask. They go, well, no, and then someone comes up with the idea, well, you're probably more likely to get it because then you're going to touch the mask that have the stuff on it. So they make a counter argument just instinctually without taking a chance to think, how could this be beneficial? And that is an argument that, yes, even when you take your mask off, you've now touched it right on your fingers, and there, so you've got it. I mean, that's silly. If that's true, then you're not washing your hands, and so you've broken the number one thing that we do, which is wash your hands and don't touch your face. Mask helps you do that.
So how are you getting better at this? Like, how are you, when you go out, when you need to go to a grocery store, when you need to, and you put your mask on, do you notice that you're touching it and fiddling with it? And what do you do?
I'm so aware of it being on my face that I don't touch it. I'm just, and it's such a short period of time. I just really focus on what I'm doing. And I know that, don't touch your face. And I'm very careful about the way I put it on and off. I think we talked about this. I have a,
well, the new ones, or the ones that I'm making at home, with the handkerchief and with the elastic folded and the elastic bands, and then they tuck it in, then you've got elastic bands, you just pull it across. So I've just taken it.
You don't have to touch it.
Exactly. I just do the things and I throw it take off the elastics and I throw it in the washing machine. But sorry, keep.
So my mom sent me a little care box with a couple of the surgical masks. I'd never worn one before. They, when you put that band around the back of your neck, that is a bit of a thing. You got to kind of touch the thing to take it off. I mean, you can get around it. So obviously I try not to touch near the vent or anywhere on the thing. I touch it by the sides and then immediately wash my hands. That's just set to go. And I rotate my mask so that one is sitting for at least a week while the others are being in use. And so it will self-sterilize, with that much time.
And this,
I saw that video.
Yes,
the video of the rubber bands that woman that makes it out of scars, and you can do that and then rewash it. That's something everyone should be doing. You're just preventing. It's just another small step to, like you said, percentages to make sure that we don't spread it, because we are spreading it. It's still happening. So it's not working right now. So let's try something new. If
Yeah.
you have to go outside, which people don't, I see people all over LA just out walking around and doing, and I'm like, you don't need, they don't, if it's not
I know.
sinking in, stay inside.
I know. But I've noticed that even, you know, I'm noticing I have my own fucking judgments. I clearly had judgments of way before this. If I saw somebody walk on a plane with a mask, or I saw somebody walking on the street with a mask, I had an idea of it, and I'm realizing,
Sure.
oh shit, I wonder, you know, how much that plays in a part of me putting on the mask. But
sure, I mean, and back in the day, I would have thought, oh, that person, they don't want to catch something. Okay,
right.
They're being paranoid.
Right.
Probably they weren't feeling great and wanted to make sure that they didn't expel something to other people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Just I'll give you a quick.
Yes, sorry,
quick anecdote on transmission. A girlfriend of mine has sort of had a commune group. They are together and then they go back to their own houses and they're the only people that they see.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really adamant. I was like, you shouldn't do that. It seems like it's safe and you know all these people. And she's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. This has been going on for a while. And one of the people in her group had seen her boyfriend over the weekend. And that gentleman subsequently has tested positive.
So now the whole group?
Well, they all have had first person contact. So, and it's unfathomable to me. We're all grown-ups, right? We all have, had sex at some point, and we have had this idea of whoever you're with, you've been with everyone they've been with, and everyone they've been with. We get the multiplier. That makes sense to us when we think about STDs. This is the same exact thing. Worse, but it's just, why are people just taking it so casually? Because they don't think they're going to get sick, or it just seems like the flu to them, but it's, grandpa is dying.
I can't, I can, I can answer that and say why I think people aren't, but it's easier for me to say my resistance around it. It's easier to look at what my judgment has been in the past, to look at what my fears and what of speaking out in fucking public, of being in a line and going, hey, you need to back up 10 feet away from me, please. You can't do that. If somebody's watching. So I'm looking at how I'm sort of shifting and moving through all this and what I can do better. And I'm prepared for this to last for however long it's going to last for, and come out of it, stronger and better is my fucking hope. But
I'm wondering how we can take, I think you and I have a pretty good attitude and pretty good determination to do this the right way.
Not 24/7, I'll tell you that much. I dip, man. I'm like this right now.
Right, but you're not going to go, run into the pizza parlor and, sit down with people, stuff like that. But I want to figure out a way to re-encourage people about the level of seriousness and help them extend it forward as a multiplier on the positive side. And that's what needs to be done right now. We're at a turning point. So do we start shaming our friends that are doing things? And how do we hit it home? What is the next step? Because it's simply not working. And I don't know if the young people understand the level of catastrophe that we're facing if unemployment goes up to 30%.
I know. I've been on social media more than fucking daily than I ever have. The thing about this, physical distancing, or social distancing. I prefer physical distancing. Social distancing to me it's the wrong combination of words. If anything, I've been more social in these 3 weeks. You know me.
More connective.
Oh my
Absolutely.
God, I'm FaceTiming, I'm Zooming, I'm Skyping, I'm
nonstop.
Checking in. I'm more social than I have ever been. So I don't feel social distant. Physical distancing, yes, that's what I feel. And I completely just lost where I was going with that because I jumped on the social versus physical.
We were just talking about how we can reinforce the severity of this.
So I've been on social media more than I ever have these last few weeks.
That's where it was.
Yeah, and these social influencers that we have out there, the younger sort of demographic. I'm baffled that their entertainment is great, it's all great, and I'm laughing at them, and I'm smiling, and they're heartfelt at times, and all of that. But where is there really pushing to this, younger generation, the importance of wearing masks and the importance of staying home?
I
The
hope I'm
weight
just missing
of how
it.
this thing is spreading. I hope I am too, Bobo, but
And
I'm not sure that I am.
for everyone that's watching, we are encouraging you strongly to make this the central focus of your message, of your content, whatever you're on social media. Please make it this, how important that this is, so that we can curb the loss of life. They're throwing around numbers in the hundreds of thousands of potential deaths in America.
Yeah,
it's only a matter of
LA
time before
we're just
some of you
getting
know.
there.
Yeah,
LA
and
we're
so
about 4 or 5 days away, and it's bad. It's going to be bad, and that's not being negative. That's not being a fucking Debbie Downer. That is looking at the global situation.
absolutely.
What has happened to those that have, that have hit the countries that have hit it before us, and where we are right now, and literally what is happening right now in this country.
The coolest thing you can do in your life, the coolest thing you can do is to understand this message and send it forward and spread it as a person on the planet, as a human. That is the coolest, most, not TikTok. You don't need to do dances. You don't need to, that's all fine. But if you really want to be cool,
because it's entertaining and people need
yeah,
it
yeah,
right
for
now,
certain.
But
this needs your attention. You can't just watch it. You have to participate in it. And just seeing it on the news go by is not enough.
You can't just watch it. You have to participate in it. That's pretty powerful right there, Ian.
We are a big herd.
You have to participate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're herd animals just like anybody else. And if you get enough of us moving in one direction, everyone's going to go with it. And we're kind of just standing there with our thumbs up our asses right now, going, "Wow, this is terrible." So I'm encouraging people to get some momentum going. So that's what I mean. I think the focus of this chat with you was for me today.
And there are some also incredible posts, that people have, individuals and companies, and incredible posts, and they're long. And I also encourage everybody, while we're in this time, and we have a lot of it right now, take some time and read some of these posts in their length, in the how long they may seem. Read them all. That's all. I'm trying to be a little more thorough with everything, what I read, and what I'm looking at, and what I'm spending time on. Just more thoroughness, man. Look a little closer, read it in its entirety,
and don't skim it. Kind of try to feel. I'm a skimmer, man. That's what I do. I just
that's what it is. Instagram. We look at pictures, we look at photos, we make the immediate judgment in the past, and then we make a comment. And it's like, take the time and read what was written. Look at it. There is there might be one piece of gold in there. I'll read like a long by somebody, and there's a few sentences that just hit my gut, and it's beautiful. And I would have missed it had I just looked at the picture. I mean, that's a beautiful picture, or that's a great image, or that I don't understand. Then you read this thing and you go, oh, bigger picture. And that just kind of seems to me a parallel of the bigger picture that's happening right now. This is a global pandemic. I want to widen my view on everything, man.
I think that's right on the head. That's what we're doing. We're skimming as people. We're skimming through time, skimming through this thing, and we're just skimming across the top of the water. And we need to really stop and jump in. That's a very well put way to sort of wrap this up. So we're encouraging you guys. Go ahead.
Are you wrapping this up? Is that what?
Oh no, I meant to wrap up what we're talking about, not like end it. Also, I don't want to bore people, but
No, I was going to say we got a lot of Timo stuff coming on here as well, and so hi to everybody. I don't know. Do you want to scroll back and see some?
I will see how I can do this. I will let everybody know that the Teen Wolf people are here, and we love you guys, and we know that a lot of you are focused on season 7, which we don't have. But you know, we talk about the show a lot together, and you guys are all incredibly important to us, and we love you, and really nothing has changed for us. So many wonderful comments, lots from Brazil. No questions really, just really everyone's kind of expressing support and saying hello, and you know, spreading love and what have you.
Turkey, I'm writing to you from Turkey. Wow.
If anyone has any questions specifically,
yeah, but not like specific episodes, because you know.
Yeah, no, not like that. No, not like that. I just mean like
season 3 when.
Yeah, tell me a funny story from something or something. Yeah, it's really hard to go through these comments. They're just people being really supportive of everything that we're doing. I guess this is going to take the place of our Facebook Lives for the foreseeable future. Certainly, we can do them more on a moment's notice. It's like, okay, let's do it.
Listen, we'll probably be more vigilant with this because it's easier. We don't have to try to figure out, you know, we live in the same freaking city. Why is it so hard for us to get together?
Parking.
Now we have an excuse. Did you say parking?
Yeah, it's hard to park on your street. Your street is really tricky. I want to tell everyone your address right now.
Oh, and you know what? I was going to actually wait before we move on, because I am going to self-quarantine with 2 friends. And what we have done and how we've done it, because you did mention this, and I know that people are doing this, and I don't think it's a bad idea, obviously, because I'm about to do it. But
no, yeah, there are households for certain.
Yes, I drove home. Well, yes, but I mean friends. Like I got back to LA. I drove down from Vancouver on I got back on the 14th or the 15th, I think, Sunday. So this coming Sunday will be 3 weeks that I've been self-quarantined.
So you're completely isolated. You know that you definitely don't have any virus.
Exactly. I mean, I still, in my mind, I'm like, I could still be asymptomatic because I've gone to grocery stores and you know, and my friends have done the same thing. And the home that we're going to self-quarantine together, we've now let sit for a week after it was cleaned and sort of, you know, prepared for us. We've then let it sit for a full week. So another full 7, 8, 9 days of it, if there was anything there, you know what I mean, to die off. So we're being very, very smart about it. And then when the 3 of us are there, we will physical distance.
Where are you going to do this at?
We at a place, at a home.
Okay. Yeah. Terrific. Yeah. I did see one comment here. Someone asked about talking about homemade masks, and I'm just going to I'm going to make one for you real quick. Just give me a second.
Should we do one together?
Yeah, because I'm just going to grab the stuff that I need.
Wash our hands like a lot if we are in house, like 25-8. Please wait. I think washing the hands, if you're in your home, you got to think that we're still bringing in things. I think washing the hands are just, it's a daily thing now.
Absolutely. Yeah, I assume that if I'm at my house, everything's clean in here. But if I go outside,
I've been to your house. It is, you know, how clean my house.
I'm cleaning like a madman. If I go outside, if I go get in my car, if I touch anything, first thing I do is go straight to the sink. And so you don't want to bring it in. If you're safe in your house, it can't get you. Can't fly in. So you're either bringing it in or you're going out to get it. So be careful. We do this? So this is, so I have just like a kitchen towel, right? I fold it in half. And I folded it in half again. You can use this with anything. So I should back up a little bit.
So fold it.
And then you take your rubber bands, just throw one on one side, and then throw one on the other side.
Mine in half like this. So I would create a little sort of pocket.
Yes, you can do that on either side. So you've got your middle section, and then you just fold over the edge like that. And you basically have a mask. And you put the elastic around your ears. That's it. It's just that simple. You can do.
Well, wait. Did you show this bit here? You tuck this inside of this.
Yeah. So when you fold over the edges, you can either fold them, you can tuck them into one another to make, you know. But you're just creating really the right size thing with little flaps on it, and that's it. You can wash this. You don't have to go out and buy a surgical mask. It's not necessary. You can make this out of anything. Look at that. It's perfect.
And
It's
again,
the same.
we know that there are gaps. There are gaps underneath here, and there are gaps up here. But there is
Nothing's coming out.
Most definitely. Well, I mean, listen, there is still a chance that stuff, if you are and you cough or sneeze, yes, there's gaps here.
Sure.
Stuff will come out. But the idea is that it's
infinitely safer.
Down the it still cuts down the transmitting it to others to a percentage. You do still. We're talking about
huge
to the
percentage.
grocery store, to like where you have to go out and do something. Do this. Keep your 6 foot distance. Keep your 10-foot distance. Keep gloves on. Do everything else. We're just cutting it down a little bit, a little bit, a little bit.
This would go a long way. Everybody.
And then I take it off by the elastics. That way I'm not touching.
Yeah, you don't need to touch it.
Then, and and this is then contaminated. The top part of it,
It may seem like we're really just hammering the same ideas, but guys, keep in mind, everyone that contracts this virus went and got there somehow. So it is being done. We are just cutting it down to decrease the odds as much as possible. Yeah. Not just for you, but for everyone as a group. So when you're even if I put a light behind my head, you could see when I say T's and P's, I probably spit a little microscopic droplets that you called. And when you sneeze, you can see someone sneeze. It's like a little dust cloud. You walk through that.
You're one of the
you walk through that and breathe. You get that.
You're one of the few people that says this. I'm the same way. I don't care that if I'm being overly, but I don't just sneezing and coughing. For me, it's talking as well.
Awesome. Yeah, all the time.
I go to the extreme of like, what is, because the idea is that I'm not looking at that this is our new norm, and for the next however many decades, this is what it's going to be. But if it is this way for 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, it's worth it to save lives. It's worth it to.
If you're pissed about the time frame, the more stringent we are, the shorter the time frame. If we want to do this dicked around and half-assed, it's going to be longer and longer and longer, and it's going to keep cropping up because people don't want to do it. Do it hard once and get it over with. But just this sort of like then it'll come back in the fall and we'll be doing another lockdown next January. That would suck. So keep your dumb asses home for the next few weeks. Super easy. It's super easy. And if people are being practicing dangerous behavior, call them out. Call your friends and say, hey, don't do that. Don't do that. It's dangerous. It's that simple. Guys, we're a group, so we're going to do it one way or the other. It's just going to, what will be, truly. I just spit when I said that. I saw it.
I saw it too.
Can it go through the phone?
I wondered.
Let me take your temperature. Hold on.
Stop.
You don't feel warm to me. You're fine. I can check that through the phone too. Jesus.
So your daily activity though, you're working out, are you being creative? Are you being artistic? What are you doing? Are you watching more TV? Are you writing?
Yes, I'm watching TV. I'm cooking a lot. I'm not being artistic. I don't know. I can't sit still right now, so I'm not, and I don't want to force it. So I'm waiting to feel like I want to create something, as opposed to like, you have all this time, you better go make something good. So I'm just like, that's really stressful. I'm kind of enjoying myself, if that oddly.
Amazing. Okay, great.
I'm just like, I'm okay. And I'm connecting more with my family and friends than ever. I mean, all day, every day, I'm doing this. So I feel good about that. And I'm getting new perspective on the future. We are in history. When I was talking to someone the other day about when, in the next season, you're going to see TVs and movies about the quarantine and the characters and what they're doing and going through. And we're going to, all this drama that we will watch. We are it right now. It is you. It is your life. You're in it. So I'm trying to have that perspective of like, holy shit, I am in history and it's happening. They're going to talk about this for ages. And we're players in it. So that's kind of neat to me. And I know
everything I watch, I find slightly disconnected to it, because I'm like, oh, that's not our world. Because they're all touching and they're all and everything I watch right out of the gate, I'm like, oh God, I'm not connecting. I'm not going on the fun little journey. It takes me some time because I'm initially like, Oh yeah, that world
Yeah.
where it's interesting. Yeah, and I hear that. Not every day is every day shifts for me as well. I'm not overly creative and artistic every single day. I have moments, and I'm just kind of taking the pressure off of, because I would love nothing more than every single minute that I'd be writing or creating, or
Sure.
that's just not the case right now, because I get a little, I spin out, but holy crap, again, like I said, we said at the beginning, I feel pretty freaking lucky and pretty blessed, and on that note, I mean, my God, our doctors, the people at the grocery stores, our garbage
Police,
men and women, our
police and fire that don't get to take time
our
off.
delivery individuals. I mean, how unbelievably grateful and thankful.
Agreed. I think we should. I'm happy to say this could be our Friday jam.
That'd be fun. I'd love to end
unless,
each week with you and all of our freaking fans.
Can we? Yeah, unless something incredible happens and that we need to address it before then. I like 1:00 on Fridays for the JR and Bobo show. Back by popular demand. If you guys want to check it, we'll come and talk to you and kind of recap the week and where we're at, and I think that's a great idea.
Janitors, yes, janitors at the hospitals, freaking men to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seriously.
People are really rallying. Companies are repurposing their factories. They're making new things. They really are stepping up. So that spirit is here and it's being done. Let's tap into that more and add to it instead of make it harder for people. Don't hoard masks. They only have so many of the surgical ones. If you have a box of them, give them to a hospital. If you have 2, you're fine. But don't go buy any. Donate things that you can and be part of the effort, like they did during the war when we didn't have any stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Be part of the solution. Help us out, guys. We need you. The whole point of this is that you guys go and become batteries, and you create more batteries, and all the energy goes out. Otherwise, this is meaningless.
Love that.
So go and post something.
And even go and talk to
friends, neighbors, someone. Keep it going. Spread it. Don't just go, oh, that was fun, and then go watch TV. Join us. This is what we can do.
I love that you're saying this, because it reminds me, this thought, we of course have this, a negative connotation to the word infection, to infectious. Coronavirus is infectious. It's an infection. But what you just said there, if 10 people from this go out and speak to their family, their friends, and each one make it infectious, make the idea of getting together globally and spreading a deeper awareness, a collectiveness. We each have our individual journeys, and we've all been living those for however many freaking decades or however many long. We have a collective journey right now to step up into and be a part of, and let's make that more infectious than the coronavirus. Let's make
So that's exactly what I was trying to say, guys. That's it. That's go and spread it. Obviously, that's metaphor, but go and light it up. Transfer this energy, and it can outpace the viral contagion that we're talking about. We can beat this in a heartbeat. We just have to decide to. It's so simple. There's nothing in our way but our minds going yes or no.
Yeah.
So help us, please. Join.
Go tell 2 friends, and they'll tell 2 friends, and they'll tell 2 friends, and so on and so on and so on. And before you know it, the curve comes down and flattens, and we give our scientists and our doctors to find a freaking cure, and all of a sudden we give them the time that they need. Because that's the other thing. The reason we're saying all this is because our hospitals will become, already it's happening,
overrun. If we had an unlimited amount of hospital beds and ventilators, no one would care. They'd be like, you can all get sick at the same time. Who cares? And live your daily life. And then everyone would go in and out of the hospital. We don't have that. We only have a sliver of capability. For anyone that doesn't understand the curve, we only have this much availability, and up and down, and we have something coming that's much taller than that curve. So we're trying to flatten it so only a little bit of it goes through at a time. And that's a really big problem for us. So that's why we're distancing. If you guys don't know about that, go ahead.
I'll be right back. Not going.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right back.
So if anybody's not certain about the reasons why we're doing this, the exact strategy and plan, just go to, the news, BBC, whatever your favorite outlet is in America, and Google flattening the curve, and you'll get a sense of it. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what that means. We're not just, it's not like there's a robber outside and we're staying inside and just like hiding. It's not just that. We have to contain it in a manageable way. They say pretty much everybody's going to have this, in the next 2 to 3 years with the different flu cycles at some point, and we will gain herd immunity, which means like a herd. One person gets sick, they all get sick because they're together, and then they're all immune, so next time around it doesn't happen. That's kind of what we've done with the flu. A lot of people have had it and don't get it anymore, or they get flu shots and it doesn't get through as easily as this one does. So that'll be great in a year or two when we have a vaccine and treatments, but for right now, the only thing we can do is put a barrier between ourselves and the potential infection. And that barrier is distance or it's physical. Hop two. How you feeling, bud? You all right?
Me?
Yeah.
Me? I realize,
Yeah, you.
Yeah, me? I'm pretty good. Your plant looks spectacular. Congratulations.
Thanks. He's a little skinny. I'm trying to fiddle leaf fig plants. He's tricky. I'm not sure what to do.
I've had
demineralized water.
I've had one for, oh my gosh, like maybe 12, 13 years, and it's
same one.
You've seen it, you know the one at the very front.
How often do you water that damn thing? I think I'm overwatering.
Once a week, that's it. But now I just feel like he's just gotten old, and I don't know how long this. I mean, he looks a little rougher, but gosh, he's still there. He's beautiful, But yeah. Did you guys finish Yellowstone, or what season are you on now?
Well, we were anticipating shooting season 4 in May, June, and I would be, I would hope that we can start August 1st. That would be great. There's a chance the whole thing could be pushed to next year. I don't know if anything is going to be in production this year, as you know, so maybe nothing.
Is season 3 out already?
Season 3 will be out in June.
Okay.
And believe me, you see on the news, everyone wants to be at work. We all want to go do things and make things in all sectors across our country. So actors are no different. We want to go be on set and do what we do. And the world is chomping to get back to normal. So as soon as it's safe, you can bet that we will be shooting something. Great. What about you? What are you looking
at? We wrapped. We actually
season finale.
Season finale. Series finale.
Series finale.
Yeah. And it was another incredible experience with that group. I got stupidly lucky, Bobo. I mean, we know how lucky we were with our crew and cast, and I got very lucky going on to the 100. That crew and cast is
I think that you are that luck, and you take it with you, and you become part of it, what you are, as opposed to being, does that make sense? So what I'm saying is you're always going to find yourself in that same spot because that's who you are.
From your lips to God's fucking ears. But so we wrapped, and I'm actually not going to say. I think that we start in May, but I'm not sure because obviously editing everything. Do you know what I mean? Is so. I'm not sure when we will air, but it's a spectacular season to say the least when it comes out. Story wise, oh my God, and Oh, it you know,
Would you do a spin-off? Would you do a spin-off in that sort of world if that was available? Is that something that would interest you?
Of the 100?
Yeah, because you know
Or
a spin-off show if they came and said
the world of Teen Wolf and the 100 and that sort of world.
yeah, just something similar with the same kind of people and some of the same actors. Would you want to continue, or do you want to move on to something else?
I'm going to read between the lines of whatever you're asking, and I think you know what the answer to that is.
I just realized there's a button on here that has all of the questions in order. You don't have to watch the comments. Shit you not. It's got, well, it's
maybe it's on yours because you instigated the conversation.
Yeah, it's a little red. I mean, and there are tap a response to show it on screen and share it with your viewers.
What
oh,
button?
Wow.
Oh, I won't have that because
you won't have it. We'll do yours next time. I mean, a lot of the hashtags are this one. I don't know, Teen Wolf the movie. So this is like, there's hundreds of these. We have no idea.
Amazing.
So now I can take that off and I can do another one. Are they planning a movie? Not that I know of. Who knows? We all love each other. We would all love to work together.
You didn't hear about the... I'm just kidding.
Should I be upset that they didn't ask me to be in the movie? Should I be upset?
Should I? Can we?
Viacom.
Should I? Should I be upset?
Oh my God.
God,
okay, let me see.
I wanted a different response from you on that text.
Is there season 7? Yeah. Okay, so all of these are predominantly Teen Wolf-based questions, which lets you know that our... What do you think of Tyler Posey's tweet? So this is where I think a lot of this has come from. Posey tweeted a week or so ago. He said, "Hey, MTV, it's been 3 years. We're ready. Let's get back on board. I want to, end," which is, a little bit out of character for him. He doesn't really tweet too much. So that got all of this fervor going. At the moment, there's no plan for extending or repicking up the show. And even if there was, no one knows anything about what it would look like. Could be all new people. Who knows? Yeah. But that'd be fun, wouldn't it? Jay and I working together. That'd be so much fun. All right, I want to do one more of these. I don't want people to get bored.
So where is that button? I love that.
It's at the very bottom where there's a comment section. You can comment, right?
Yes.
You could send it, and then right next to the comment little balloon window is a box with a question mark in it, and it's got badges on it. The red badge saying how many questions there are. And so I touch that, and then it covers your face with all of the, what do you think about coronavirus? Okay. You must have just tuned in. Rewatch it. I'm going to post this on my story so anybody that cares to can watch it again. That's all we were talking about.
What do we think about coronavirus?
Wear masks outside. Follow the guidelines.
Oh, I see. Then the button up top goes to the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's it. If you follow the guidelines, you cannot transmit it. It's not a mystery disease. It's not weird. If you follow the guidelines.
I think that, yes, if we follow the guidelines, you can't.
Perfectly. Exactly. There have been published studies of ER and trauma first responders in hospitals in Asia that spend 12 hours a day with confirmed patients. They've had 0 communicative transmissions from patients to those doctors because of the way they're doing it. 0. Mm-hmm. I wish I had the link to this article. I think it was in the Washington Post or CNN or something. They're just doing it right. If they can do it, being in the room with these people, you can do it when you don't even need to go outside. You almost have to try to get it. If you think about that, you almost have to go and find it. If doctors that are seeing patients that are positive for 12 hours a shift and put their stuff on, take it off properly, and not get it day after day after day, you're doing something wrong. And I hate that. I don't mean to I'm probably going to get backlash about this, but if you got it, you went and got it. It's your own damn fault. Don't be the next person. That's what we think about coronavirus. I'm going to get off on a tangent. Let's take one more. Okay, this is a great one. This is one to end on. How can we help others to listen and understand the reality of the situation? This is a good intro. I hope that we've changed your perspective. Anyone watching this, just to wake up a little bit. Talk to your friends. Jay, right? You know, I have
Yeah,
friends
my
that I've
God,
said,
yeah.
hey, I don't think you should do that. People that I know that I'm like, yo, that's not cool. And up until recently, they were like, it's fine. It's fine.
No.
It's not fine.
Nope.
Help us send that message. I've been talking
Yeah.
too much. Jay, you say something.
No. I'm with you. What am I agree. I agree. It is talking with one another. It's talking to. Listen, I will have intelligent conversations with a person who is not just coming at me with, "Don't be a fucking idiot. You don't need to wear the mask. You're not even wearing it right anyway. So go fuck yourself." I'm not interested in conversing with those people. But somebody that says, here's an article that I read. Here's the person that I believe. Here's what I heard. What do you think about this? I heard this. What do you think about that? What if we, you know what I mean? Then we're sharing information and it's constructive.
And that will build on itself. Even if you're not trying to spread the message, you are doing it and it will grow. That's a seed.
Listen,
just the discussion.
I'm not jumping up and down having to put a fucking mask on every time I go out in public. I would love for someone to step forward and go, here is the undeniable scientific proof that wearing a mask is unnecessary. Show me that. Show me that scientific study. Show me that research. Show me that it is absolutely pointless. 100%. Show me the article that it doesn't matter if you wear a mask or not.
Until then,
wear a fucking mask. Until then,
we got to go with what we know. And it is evolving. You know, this is a relatively new thing that's not been adopted by the federal government yet. I assume that it will be shortly.
And listen, do not attack the people out there as well. I think it is pointless. If you see somebody wearing an N95 mask, don't assume that they just ordered it and got it from Amazon. Don't assume that they are one of the ones that are stockpiling, because I know those people are out there, and, you know, karma's a fucking bitch. But let's not make the immediate assumption that because you are wearing an N95, that you have somehow sneakily gotten that and taken it away from the medical profession.
Absolutely.
The one that I'm speaking specifically to the comments in my Instagram post.
I had the same thing with you that you did.
You know, when I repainted my entire place, you know, when I did it because it was a project that I wanted to do. That N95 is in my laundry room, was in a basket that I had worn when I did the painting. I don't know that there's a benefit for me taking that mask and delivering that to a hospital.
They wouldn't take it.
They would not.
They wouldn't even take they'd have to sanitize it. It's
I can take the comments on mine. It rolls off my shoulder. But don't go out there attacking everybody else. That is pointless right now.
It's not part of the solution.
No, it isn't.
It is just creating.
And in saying that, do not buy N95s right now. Do not order them. Save them for the hospitals. Absolutely. But there are other individuals that are out there, and be a little more.
And I'll tell you, I'll go one further. If you don't want to wear a mask, adjust your life so you don't have to go outside. But you can't have both right now. The whole world is in danger. And if you're so selfish that you're not going to do one or the other, then you are an asshole.
Yeah.
Don't be.
When I go grocery shopping, I've got a handful of few friends that I will text and say, I'm heading off to the grocery store. Who needs what? So to lessen the load of us all going,
Great
I will
idea.
then buy and drop them at their door.
Drop it off and they can,
They do the same for me. Hey, I'm on my way to so-and-so. Do you need anything? Yes, will you grab me this and this and this?
And you wouldn't dare go into a grocery store breathing without a mask over your face because you love people and you don't want to hurt them. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Everybody adopt that. Adopt that idea. You may be been quarantined for 2 weeks, completely isolated, and you know that you're not a carrier. And you decide you're going to go outside and you could go to the grocery store and you could pick it up off the shopping cart on your way home. And you never know. And then you're starting over. So unless you have been completely isolated, you know, I went to the grocery store last week.
Yeah.
It's possible. I have no symptoms, but do I want to breathe on someone? No. What if? Yeah. So we have to think this. Just change your thinking. It's a good experiment. It's going to help you later on.
Are you reading any good books right now?
I'm reading about 4 different ones, but I can't focus on one. So I'm kind of like maybe a basket case, you might say, something that like does this a lot.
Yes. My friends FaceTimed me this morning from New York. They were all sitting down, family. They were sitting down having lunch, and so they FaceTimed me. And I think I started like 5 different little projects. My ADD is like
it's next level,
off the charts. But I'm reading. My table here is a mess right now. I have shit everywhere. But I'm reading this right now. And I started reading this before we went into quarantine. And now I do realize, I told my sister about it the other day, and she was like, oh, but it's really quite spectacular. Can you see?
It's backwards.
Oh, it's called Silence in the Age of Noise.
Ooh.
By Erling Kagge. And
just give us a few chapters.
I started, well, I'm going to read, yeah, seriously, I'm going to read the back to you, and you'll understand why it's really quite poignant, because I started this before the quarantine and before this was all going. What is silence? Where can it be found? Why is it now more important than ever? This is the back. Erling Kagge, famed Norwegian, and I apologize if I'm saying his last name incorrectly, famed Norwegian explorer and the first person to reach the South Pole alone, explores the silence around us, the silence within us, and the silence we must create. By recounting his own experiences and discussing the observations of poets, artists, and explorers, Kagge shows us why silence is essential to our sanity and happiness, and how it can open doors to wonder and gratitude.
I mean, what else do you got to do
Crazy.
today? That's fantastic.
But isn't it crazy? I mean, literally, yes. we are in a global state of it's quite powerful. But again, I'm only here because I also have this book that I'm reading right now, and I also have there's so many. I have like another 3 at my bedside. I'm all over the map.
If you and I could focus our collective energy, we would be titans of industry or something. But we just like we're like a giant balloon full of like potential kinetic energy, and we just go. Do you know what I mean?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt has a you know Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah,
incredible actor,
press record,
great human being. Hit record on Instagram, and I have been a follower of Hit Record since the very beginning, and I've never contributed, and I have only just started, and it is an easy, simple, beautiful way to be creative, to be artistic. Get the app, join it. It is free, I believe. And it's just, it is literally a global community of artists. And someone might put up a drawing and say, right, the one from this morning, I think it was, I woke up and I was reading it in bed on the site, and someone had an image of an alien sitting in a coffee shop just by himself. And I just stared at the picture for the longest time. And then, so someone puts that onto the app, into the community, and then says, write 7 words to describe what you're looking at. 7 words. And so I wrote 7 words after I sat with it for a little while.
I'm going to check that app out. I like
it's
this
amazing.
idea.
And then some might be like a lyric, or some might be a poem. And they ask for an animation to match the poem, or they ask for a song to match the poem. It is across the board creativity at its simplest and easiest and most beautiful, because it is a global community that he started. And so I've stopped just being an admirer of it online and heart, and I'm starting to add and contribute, and it's amazing. Hit record. Instagram.
Great.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Something just occurred to me real quick as I'm watching. There's a counter on this that shows viewers, and at one point we had 1,500 people at the same time, which is a lot.
11:11 right now.
Where?
Mine says 11:11. Mine just said 11:11, then it went to 11:17.
Oh yeah. Do some quick math, guys. If each of you I want you to call somebody, text, post something, 5 different people really quickly. Spread the message. Hell, you can hashtag it if you want. Hashtag spread the message, not the virus. If you do some math on that, 1,000 people, and that goes, we're going to get something done here. So that's what I want to leave you guys with. Take it forward. Don't just turn it off and go, that was cool.
Yeah.
Do something about it.
Yeah, nice.
And then we could have hundreds of thousands of people doing something, and it will catch. So that's what I want you to do. And then we're going to see how we did come next Friday.
Let's you and I do the same thing. I'm gonna, I'm gonna reach out to 5 friends that I don't reach out to as regularly, and I'm just gonna say, hope you're doing well, and hope you're wearing a mask whenever you go out. Here's a little video.
Absolutely.
That video we have on how to make these little things. So I'm gonna do.
Great.
I'll do 5 or 10. What should we do, you and I?
I think 5, because you end up chatting, and the next thing you know, it's like dinner time. 5 people.
6 p.m. I was like,
yeah, and then I'm like, I gotta empty the dishwasher. I take out 1 cup, and I'm like, I'm gonna do something else. The door's still open. There's a fork hanging out, and I'm like, I'm gonna dry my hands, but just 1.
If you ever prepare too much food and you don't want to refrigerate it, and you have the desire to leave it at your front porch, I will drive over and pick it up.
All I do is cook. I cook 3 meals a day. I'm a cooking bastard right now.
I don't know if you know, but I know how to drive, and I have a car.
Okay. All right. I can be like a restaurant. I can turn it into what I really want is to just have a restaurant and make food for people. We're gonna have a big dinner party when this is over.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine? We can all be together and hug and shit and be like, hi. All right. That's great. I'm gonna go now. So guys, send it forward. I'm gonna do 5 people. Everybody do 5 people, and we'll see how we do. Spread the message. That's our
see you guys next week.
Yeah, thank you for your attention and your effort and your empathy and your energy. We love you. We love you. And we're going to get this wrapped up.
We got this. Love you all.
Okay.
Stay safe.
I love you too.
Stay well. Bye.
Bye, guys.